Ladies and gentlemen, what's good? My name is JCS and I am the owner, founder, ruler, Grand Poobah of OCWFED and its subsidiaries. My opinions are my own. If you like and are picking up what I'm putting down, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more The Wrestling Code, WWE, and anything else I get my hands on wrestling related, in addition to a copious amount of competitive player versus player action using whatever format, more than likely the 2K series. Anyway, we're talking about The Wrestling Code. Today dropped a sneak peek, a tech demo if you will, for their upcoming game, The Wrestling Code. I said it twice, I'll say it again, The Wrestling Code. If you didn't know, it's basically an independent wrestling game that's more or less a passion project from the fellas that brought you the Mean Greens, which you can find on multiple consoles. Be sure to pick that up because anytime you purchase a copy of the Mean Greens, it helps fund the Wrestling Code. So get that out the way first and foremost. Now then, for the past maybe year or a couple months, I can't keep track of time, I have brain damage. They've been showing copious amounts of wrestlers signing and some miscellaneous photos of models and graphics for the game. But for the longest time, the fans have been saying, hey, yo, where is the footage? We need footage. We need footage. So, Virtual Basement gave us some footage, only receiving their motion capture devices a couple of weeks ago during the freaking pandemic. They brought to us a tech demo which basically features the 3D model creation, the materials and shaders, motion capture data, rigging and skinning, lighting and virtual effects, and voiceover. I'm reading their checklist, not mine, because reading is fundamental. So in this demo, you see Enzo without the Amore in the ring, cutting a promo, mic in hand. And first things first, you can see the level of detail in the Enzo Amore model, right down to every single solitary tattoo. I thought at one point, oh wait, they're missing the Wu-Tang W tattoo. That might be a problem. Because as you know, in the 2K games, a lot of times they'll modify certain tattoos because, what are you gonna do? But nope, if you look closely, you will see the full-on Warrior Wu-Tang tattoo in all of its tattooed Wu-Tang is for the children glory. Everything down to the minute details. If you look at the attire, it's an attire that he would wear or has worn. I can't be 100% sure, but if you look at the details on the Enzo Amore model, it rivals that of what you see in modern professional wrestling games, more specifically the 2K franchise, if you will. I would like to know how you feel about that, but I feel that's a pretty good precedent to set when everyone wanted to see what things would look like in motion. So now here's the next bit. You got the motion capture. He's going to and fro, cutting his promo. And with motion capture, you have to understand that this is a small studio, and I'm not making excuses, and I'm not trying to cape. It sounds like I am, but I'm just excited to see another wrestling game on the horizon when we have so many. We have the AEW, we have 2K22 that hopefully doesn't stink. We have Ultra Violence, and we have the Wrestling Code. We have Retro Mania. There's so many games on the horizon, and some are even here right now. It's great. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan. Just like they have wrestling 5 days a week now, 7 days a week now. Now you got wrestling if you have options, or you're going to have options in the future. And that's always a good thing for the wrestling fan. But back to the Enzo and his promo. The motions to me are a little herky-jerky, but that can be fixed with time. This probably was kind of like, hey, we got to get this out, we got to show it. But for what it was really well done. And here's the other caveat, which also makes me kind of gush with glee. There was no fancy smoke and mirrors for this presentation. What you see is what you get. That's important because there's been plenty of times as gamers or as funders or as whatever you want to call it for early access games or for games that are coming out, where they'll provide you with a tech demo or presentation, but there's things that are pre-rendered in it that aren't actually in the final product. We've seen this with EA games where they have the console versions running at 60 FPS on a PC, and then when you get it on your console, it's like, why does it run at 30 frames per second? Why does it look like this? Because it's running on different hardware. This game, or this demo rather, is basically showing you what you see is what you get, with no bells or whistles, nothing fancy. A spotlight, Enzo Amore cutting a promo, dancing, doing the little Enzo dance. You can't go wrong. You really can't. So what this tech demo shows me right now, for a small amount of time that it's been up, or the small amount of information we've seen, is that there is a good foundation for the very basics of a wrestling game. Moves like a wrestling game, facial animations like a wrestling game, the clothes move, Enzo's shorts are moving, which is good. The level of detail is spot on. If they continue this process with the level of detail, you're going to have some of the best looking, models or wrestlers or whatever the hell you want to call it in this game. Now, if you want to talk caveats, let's talk about the hair. The hair didn't have as much bounce to the ounce as I would have liked. But then again, if you look at Enzo's hair for this particular promo, that type of hair, I don't know what the hell you call it. What do you call it? The Jersey blowout? I don't know. That look like it ain't gonna move that much. You put a little mousse in that song, bitch, ain't gonna move. It's gonna stay like that. So we'll see what happens when we have wrestlers that have long hair or flowy hair, or things of that type and or nature. And then I looked at some of the animations for the actual mouth movement. It's a little off, but that's something that can be fixed with time. That's something that just, that gets work. Remember, alpha footage. That's always important. Alpha footage. Once it's released, then you can open your mouth and be like, hey, but once it's alpha, you all right. So that's basically it. In the comments below, tell me what you think. Am I caping? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? What do you think? You let me know how you feel. That's it. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I need to feed my kids. Bye.